Alright, I believe I'm back. Testing. Yes. I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear.
Okay, thank you, fuckheads. Jeez. Anyway. Um, yeah, technical issue of some kind. Yeah. Uh, I am pushing the limits of this computer. But anyway, we'll see. Breaking up. I'm breaking up also?
Are you like a subscriber or something?
Am I what?
Oh no, it's
I can't hear.
yep. I'll just type.
Yeah, cool. You can say that reality is one that is part of absolute reality. What? No. It's a material universe, fuckheads. Yeah, okay? It's all made out of photons. Oh, I don't like you crooks, guy. I think you leave those stupid comments in my videos. I think I'm about at the point to blocking you. I'm saying I don't have to take this shit from fucking anonymous trolls. I'm just so sick of little shit fickers who, okay, well, somebody has a name like you on my videos. But I'm just so sick of people. They just comment like they're somebody. Like I should give a fuck what they have to say. And they're nobody. They got no videos. They got no icon even. And they're talking shit. And I'm like, what the? Why should I listen to you, you fucking cunt? I mean, you're going to say shit, then say shit to my face. You don't sit there and type that crap in my videos. Just so rude.
Alright, look. Hey, I'm sorry. It didn't cause you any discomfort. You're talking on your video.
Okay. I don't know if I was talking to you, but okay. Whatever. Good enough. This mic
I can
sucks
see
too.
it.
Everybody's mic sucks. What is this shit? Yeah, well, that road guy ought to close his mic. Yeah, because he doesn't talk much. He just types a lot. So,
Okay,
you ought to switch to, like, press to talk or something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, me and Flo are thinking alike on that one. Very good. Let's see, you can say that there's one reality for awake persons versus personal reality like a dream. Oh, whatever. It's just such a crock of shit. There's one reality, you only see pieces of it. Yeah, that's true. You don't get to see all of it all the time. You don't get to see it at high resolution. You see it at dumbass resolution. But the part you're not seeing, guess what? Not too fucking interesting. It's like TV shows, right? I mean, if they actually had a show like the Truman Show or whatever that was called, nobody would watch it. They're like, fuck, this guy's boring as fuck. Dreams are a whole nother subject. Dreams have a purpose, okay? That's why you have them. It's like everything else. They have a function. So what dreams are is see, we shut down at night because we're just going to get eaten by crap at night. So we hide at night. We go to sleep. And so evolution said, well, this is a waste of time, so we might as well make this guy do something while he's sleeping. And so dreams are basically life practice. And so your brain doesn't want you to practice shit you already know how to do. It wants you to practice shit you don't know how to do. So it tries to invent things for you to do. So, it says, well, let's give him a 9-foot penis and see how he functions with that. And let's do this, and so it gives you these things to do. And it usually has something to do with your basic weaknesses. It pushes your weaknesses. So if you're like me, you don't like cities, then you have dreams where like you're trapped in a fucking Trump Tower or something, and you have to climb through the air ducts to get the fuck out, and some sort of bullshit. And that's how dreams are do. They're just getting you. You're just practicing your life in a way your brain is trying to mix it up, and your brain isn't too smart at mixing it up, so it makes it sometimes totally preposterous, and you end up having dinner with a bodiless Madonna. But you shouldn't, you shouldn't diss dreaming. I mean, dreaming is, does have a function, and frankly, I find it much better than living. I'd much rather live. I'd much rather dream my life away than live my life. Yes, there should be more people like me, except with vaginas. I mean, we could have like orgies and such. Just us special like me people. Yeah. Oh, Buddhism is just such a pile of shit. I mean, they got one fact right. Wow, big deal. But they got everything else wrong. Yes, life is herpes. And then they didn't figure out don't spread it. I mean, they're too stupid to figure that part out. I don't know what you're typing there, buddy, but I don't know if I like it. Oh, it's Nadia. Well, she's kind of crazy anyway. Did you end up homeless and all? Yeah, it's just like on her iPhone in a ditch somewhere. Let's see. I have to close this down because it's bogging down my system. Cheers. Yeah, whatever. Good. Fine. Whatever. It's not doing my system any good either. Ah, hospital. So that's no fun. Well, I take that back. It can be fun. Little bits and pieces of it. Sponge baths and whatnot. Oh, whatever. There's no self. It's kind of a silly thing to say. We are individual brains. There's no way to really get around that fact. It's kind of obvious and such. Individual brains. You can't self-create anything. Again, every word I speak, every reference is something I have tripped over in life. Okay? Every mannerism is some kind of mimicry of, bastardization of like Richard Burton and Shirley Temple or something. Every fucking thing you do has some sort of cause that has created the effect. You're not self doing anything. You're a programmed fucking shit computer. With Windows on it. I'm from Windows. I got another one of those fucking calls today, from Ishkabish. I'm Ishkabish. I'm from Windows. Yeah, sure you are. Fucking lousy cunt. I told him to get cancer. Let's see, being too general with the selfing itself. Yeah, well, whatever. Quite obviously, too much selfing going on, but no point in saying we're not selfs. Oh, whatever. Fuck you. Hot is not hot. Stupid, stupid thing to say. Yeah, without your brain, pain is not pain. That's about the only thing you can say. Clearly, sense organs are not. It's like saying, without a thermometer, hot is not hot. Well, that's not true. You don't need your thermometer for something to be hot. The fact that our sense organs sense things and declare things doesn't mean the thing isn't something without us. Just wording that poorly. Well, you don't need a reference outside of these senses, to tell you the truth. That's why you have the senses you have. It's because all the important information is visual and audio, and we have all the important senses. Okay, having radar isn't going to tell you that much more about the world. Well, clearly, hot and cold are relative terms. Okay, and the standard would be some common standard for what is declared above the hot and cold number. And so that standard is going to be kind of arbitrary, based on culture and a lot of other things. But so yeah, they're just lazy words, hot and cold. But I'm just saying, there's no point in no point in trying to make something philosophical out of hot and cold. They're just generic, dirty words. They're not philosophical words. Ugh, geez, what a disgusting thing to say. I mean, really, I can't. Who would quote something? What is that a quote from? Nietzsche? Um, the most retarded human on earth? Is it a quote from the most retarded human on earth? Yeah, well, it's just no point. I mean, people are just too fucked up. I mean, what, you're just saying, how could somebody be stupid enough to say something like that? Suffering is optional. Oh, God. Yeah, they probably wrote that. George Bush probably wrote that on the wall at Guantanamo Bay. He probably wrote, suffering is optional. Well, Nietzsche couldn't be inspiration because he didn't say anything meaningful. He just complained about everybody else. And that's essentially what Ayn Rand did too, right? She was just, everybody else is doing it wrong. The right way to do it is not do anything at all. Just let us, money whores take over the world.
Yeah, Gary, I found that comment just every bit as offensive as you did. You know, suffering is optional.
Yeah, well, it's just so
That's
stupid. I mean, I
true.
quite obviously are,
But I mean, for the handle, I mean, the less said about that, the better.
gee, your mic sucks too. I don't know, what is this, sucky mic night or something, or is there really a problem? But anyway, yeah, I mean, obviously you could
No,
emotionally,
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
whoa, yeah, that's just not working. Obviously, emotionally, we can make things worse by overreacting and all that kind of shit, but it's just silly to say that, there's not a correlation between, brain cancer and suffering. And there ain't much of an option there. I mean, you haven't watched too many people die if you're going to say something that's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm. There's huge lag tonight. I don't know if I'm talking over you, but I apologize.
Yeah, that's not huge lag. That's, insane lag. But anyway, you've had lag before, so I suppose it's a technical issue of some kind. Won't blame my screen capture for it yet, but, maybe the screen capture is causing trouble of some kind.
Yeah, I'm content. I mean, if it's that bad, I'll just type and.
Well, it's pretty bad. I mean, you're talking 60 second lag. I mean, you've got 60-second lag. That's really bad. Of course, you won't hear that for 60 seconds. Treat your leg, or your leg rather, whether in pain, and cry to yourself. What the hell does that mean? You wouldn't have a choice to accept the drill in the leg, but I'd say you could see what happened clearly. You could treat your leg rather than wither in pain and cry to yourself. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Like I said, you just haven't seen people die. You're just a little too young there, puppy. Wait till it shows up on your door. The real deal. And then you won't be talking about this choice you have. Yeah. Yeah, well, if you don't understand sentience is a little different than a sun, then you're also pretty goddamn stupid. Consciousness, that's why there's a whole billions of brain cells. It's because it's creating something much more complicated than a fucking hydrogen ball turning into helium. Yeah, it's a little more complicated than that. People. Mary seemed reasonable for a minute, and it just goes off the fucking retard deep end. Yeah, well, we're not here to do what a fucking crude force that made fucking assassin bugs, right? Nature isn't your guide, all right? Again, what do I have to repeat the statistic? Nature thinks it's a good idea to torture and murder 1,000 children for every fornication. So nature's not too fucking bright. So if you're doing what nature says you should do, then you're pretty fucking stupid. I mean, there really is no point in having 100 billion neurons, whatever the fuck it is, if all you're gonna do with them is, oh, what does nature say? Yeah, I'll do what it says. Because I can't use my neurons to come up with a better idea. Well, what they're saying is that right is some kind of simple thing, some kind of simple, crude, naturalistic byproducts. And obviously, right isn't going to be the crude answer. Right is going to be the more complex, sophisticated answer. Yeah, well, whatever. So you think having a P is the same as owning a slave or raping a girl, or so every impulse you have to act on. There's some people who have nature tells them they have to have a P
Oh, I
all
mean,
day
that is
long.
nature. I mean, you kind of encapsulated slavery, rapery, encapsulated in the nutshell.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that obviously natural impulses
Oh,
are
sorry,
not brilliant.
you left one off. Eatery. Eatery.
I'm sick of stupid people. There's not. Yuck. Alright, so now we're stuck with the Piro. Alright, Piro. Hello. I find you insipid and useless.
I came because I heard it.
Hey, Gary, you know when you attack someone in front of their dog,
Your mic is totally stuck. And
and,
shut up,
and
Australian
the
guy.
dog just bites
Shut
you,
up,
it doesn't really
Australian
describe
guy.
who's right.
Shut up, Australian guy. Shut up. I'm gonna have to get rid of him.
I don't think it was me.
No, it's Australian cunt. Well, old fan, I'll get rid. No, I'll get rid of him. Okay. Yeah, everything's really slow on my computer here because I'm doing a screen capture just for the hell of it to see if it would work.
I just said I heard. Look, I turned it.
Thank you. Ah, okay, good. Somebody took care of him. Thank you. So anyway, Piro, are you there? Testing. Well, he's chewing.
Oh, am I?
Yes, I could see that.
Seems pretty loud.
What seems pretty loud?
I can hear myself.
Well, cool. I can't hear you. Not at all. Didn't hear you say that. Try saying something else. Try something else. Try saying something else.
I heard there was a poetry jam. I came to that.
Free donuts? What did he say? A Cosery dam. I don't know what that is. Cosery dams.
Poetry jam.
Oh yeah, well we're not doing that. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't get that. I just don't get that. It's just such a dismissive, you know, thing to say to a scientist type.
Well, it's just because you're not. Something's bad about this audio.
Yeah, it is a little fishy. Let me. Well, I really shouldn't have to change anything. I really don't think it's me recording. I don't think it is. Yeah, everybody just has all these technical difficulties. Just coincidentally tonight.
Okay, so my mic
Yeah,
is
it's
super low right now.
yeah. Well, that sounds about right. Super low is about right for you.
Pretty good.
Hey, Carol, that looks like you got a little affinity in back of you.
Yeah. Well, look, subDNA guy. Not only do you have lag,
Right?
but you have horrible feedback. So you really have to turn your speakers down or something because there's feedback every time you talk. So anyway, so what's the dig here? What is exactly wrong with my theory? Explain how it's that much different than, like I said, I don't have to provide math because I'm not challenging the math. I'm challenging the interpretation of the math, right? I mean, I'm saying that, look, the variables that I'm going to say are significant in the two-slit experiment are basically the same variables. I'm just saying that the wave function is in the electrons. It's not in the photons, but it's the same. The same variables are going to be manipulated to create the math. So I don't need to redo the math.
Well, it's mainly math, but it's also in general. I mean, like you have zero lag.
Yeah, and
There's no evidence that light is wavelength, for example. I think you're not taking into account the empirical evidence on a lot of little counts in individual cases.
like what?
Well, I mean, why before quantum mechanics, people were wondering if light was wave-like, and once they started diffracting it, turning it into rainbow crystals, it pretty much showed all the wave-like properties.
Yeah, and exactly. They diffracted it, which is a vector process. Okay, it's not a process of waving light. It's a process of filtering light, based kind of on its weight in a sense. You know, based on its size. So you can almost see it as like a colander with different holes in it. You know, a series of filters, and that's all a prism is basically doing. It's saying if the light has this frequency, it's going to go that way. If it's a lower frequency, it'll go a little bit different. Go a little higher frequency, it'll go a little different. So these are vectors. These aren't fucking wave functions.
So what do you think? This is a complete amount. I'm just curious. So what do you think space is? If you think are bullshit, you believe in space, right?
Well, I believe there's things, there's something, and then there's nothing. Space is nothing. It's a void separating photons. And photons are the only thing in the universe. There's little bits moving the speed of light, and the little bits could get condensated into atoms, and it's all because we're in a pressure gradient, right? So we're in the Big Bang. We're in a pressure gradient that was created because when the Big Bang exploded, I think it had hydrogen in it, and the hydrogen atoms couldn't be pushed at the speed of light, and so the hydrogen atoms blocked the photons, and so the pressure, well, that's what created gravity. And I'm saying all the shit we see at the end of the universe, it's all gone. All that shit fell apart because there's no gravity out there. There's only gravity in this part of the universe. The rest of the universe don't got no gravity in it. And so everything out there blew apart into a zillion little photons and flew that away. That's why it's all redshifted. It's because there's no gravity out there. So it's heading towards the no gravity. That's why it's more redshifted the further away it is. It's because the further away it is, the less gravity on the other side pushing it back. So the gravity here is pushing it that way.
Yeah, I looked that up with that theory that you're going back to or whatever. But, and so with Feynman, you were talking about how he lied, clarifying something about a reflective surface or something.
Yeah, well, if you watch his lectures, okay, the ones in, like, I don't know, what was it, the 60s or the early 70s? Yeah, I can't remember what university they were at, but anyway, the lecture, it's called Quantum Electrodynamics is in the title. And so he had 4 lectures at that university. And one of them he was talking about Newton's glass, you know, which is this idea of the fact that, like the two-slit experiment, when light, as you change the thickness of glass, you change how reflective the glass is, right? And so for the whole lecture, he's talking about the top surface and the bottom surface, and talking about reflections off the top surface and the bottom surface, right? And then somebody asked a question from the audience and said, is there anything you left out of this lecture? And it was really almost hilarious. Oh, I'm out of disk space. I knew that was going to happen. All right, well, I'll have to just save this, and we'll worry about doing video recordings next time.